Fans who were hoping that Mario's voice in the new movie would be similar to how he sounded in the video game series were a bit disappointed when they heard Chris Pratt. Pratt sounds like, well, himself in the first trailer, and some people think he's not doing the best job as Mario. In this video, we'll take a closer look at what fans have to say. So let's dive right in. First off, fans think Pratt isn't doing a great job as Mario. Fans went wild when it was first announced that Chris Pratt would be voicing Mario in the upcoming animated film. There were a lot of theories about just what the Marvel star would sound like as the iconic video game plumber, and it seems like the final result was the most obvious and the most boring. Chris Pratt as Mario sounds like Chris Pratt. The actor seems to be using his regular voice for the character and isn't adding the usual Italian charm that's so iconic for the video game plumber. It's safe to say fans aren't at all pleased. The character's voice is a big part of why he's such a beloved character. While some may find it a bit too stereotypically Italian, it's what makes Mario so recognizable. And so, we're really wondering why Chris was even chosen for this role. He could have been replaced by just about anyone, considering he's not even remotely close to sounding like how Mario should. That said, the rest of the cast is also star-studded, and Nintendo likely wanted Chris's sheer star power to help carry the performance. It's safe to say the choice to have him be Mario is definitely providing the film with a lot of press, as negative as it may be. Next, how have fans been expressing their disappointment? Many fans took to Twitter to express their disappointment. Some of the funniest responses not only make fun of Pratt's interpretation of the character, but also highlight how some of his earlier statements feel a bit hollow, given everything we now know. Pratt mentioned earlier how his Super Mario Bros. Voice would be unlike anything we've heard in the Mario world, and now that it turns out that he's just doing his regular voice, a Twitter user mentioned that technically, we haven't heard Chris's regular voice in Mario world, so his statement, while misleading, is technically true. Another Twitter user highlighted how just about everything in the Mario trailer was nearly perfect, but there's only one issue: Mario. It's clear that fans seem to be loving everything the movie has to offer, but having such a big problem with the voice of the literal main character is likely an issue that isn't that hard to get over, but we'll have to see how noticeable this is in the final version of the movie. A hilarious tweet also showed a picture of Mario clutching his chest from the new trailer, with the caption saying that this was their reaction to hearing Pratt's voice come out of Mario's mouth. Someone also compared Pratt's performance to his co-star Jack Black. The poster mentioned how Black's performance is so good that you can't even tell that it's him. On the other hand, Chris sounds like every other character he's ever played. Plus, it seems Tara Strong has some strong opinions about Pratt's performance too. Prolific voice actor Tara Strong has weighed in with her opinion on the matter too, and it goes to show this isn't just a case of fans being entitled. The voice actress kept her response rather short and sweet. Taking to Twitter, she stated it should have been Charles who voiced Mario in the new movie. As many fans know, she's referring to Charles Martinet, who's been the longtime voice actor behind Mario. He's portrayed both Mario and Luigi across all the Super Mario Bros. Games, going back as far as 1992. Whenever we think of Mario, it's actually Charles's voice that we're really thinking of, and so it's not too surprising why many were hoping Charles would reprise his role as the iconic Italian plumber, Tara clearly being among them. Fans seem to agree with what Strong had to say. Most of the replies to her initial tweet, which has now crossed 35,000 likes, seem to be in agreement. Fans think Charles would have been the perfect voice for Mario in the new movie, and it almost seems like a disservice to him to replace him with Pratt, who looks like he isn't even trying to sound like Mario. That said, some fans did say that while they agree that Charles should have gotten some recognition, 90 minutes of his voice would probably have been a bit too much, and who knows, he may have a cameo in the film. Moving on, the actor even thanked fans for all their gratitude and love. It's clear that everyone joining hands in their dislike for Pratt has allowed fans to also be more thankful and appreciative of Charles and all the work he's done for the Mario series over the years. After Tara Strong asked all her fans and followers to share images and stories of Charles in appreciation, the voice actor was overwhelmed with the responses. Charles added that he loved Tara for doing this and thanked all his fans and followers for the great things they had to say about him. He mentioned that the kindness and love they've expressed meant more to him than they could ever imagine, and everyone genuinely managed to touch his heart. He concluded that his little eyes were filled with tears today and thanked everyone one last time. Martinet's response is quite genuine and heartfelt, and we can totally see why people thought he deserved to reprise his role as Mario in the new movie. That said, it's possible that Pratt has a similar level of appreciation for the role, and while he definitely can't outclass the literal years of experience Charles has, we think Chris's new iteration of Mario should be given a fair shot by fans. We should also mention there's another big problem in the trailer: Mario's butt. Apparently, fans think that Mario's voice isn't the only part of him that's problematic. Some seem to think that his butt is also a massive downgrade from the games. You'd think that Illumination's state-of-the-art 3D technology would be able to capture every facet of Mario perfectly, but fans are arguing that the character's butt is a lot smaller than how they remember it to be from the games. Yes, you heard that right. Let the historians know that in 2022, people argued over the size of a fictional Italian plumber's butt when compared to his seems memorable behind from the games, it's clear that the film has taken away some of the size. Whether it's because it'd be tougher to animate or they simply didn't want Mario to have a twerk-worthy butt remains to be seen. We imagine Mario's going to be jumping and hopping about a lot in this movie, and maybe the physics involved in his bouncing butt is just a tad too advanced for Illumination. We're mostly joking, but you'd be surprised at how many people have taken genuine issue with Mario's butt not being as prominent as it was in the games. We suppose with just about every element in the trailer being almost perfect, people are trying to look for anything to nitpick. Let's be real, is this butt situation really that important? When something like this starts becoming viral, it's a good idea to step back and ask yourself if it really matters. And you'd be surprised the answer to that question when asked about the size of the butt of an Italian video game plumber is usually no. The Super Mario Bros. Movie won't be impacted by the size of Mario's butt in any meaningful way. Yes, some fans might want a level of accuracy so high that even Mario's butt ends up being exactly the same amount of pixels as the games, but there are surely other ways to judge the accuracy of the movie. For the most part, the movie seems to be pretty faithful to its source material, except for Mario's voice and his butt. So we don't think fans will have too many issues with it. It's certainly nothing like the initial reaction to the first Sonic the Hedgehog trailer. Now that was a real disaster. Still, even though it's not that big of a deal, maybe with enough fan complaints, Illumination may just edit the movie and give us Mario in his full glory in the final version. Wrapping up this video, let's discuss if these controversies could end up harming the movie's success. While fans seem to be in love with the trailer, for the most part, the few complaints they have about Mario are worrying. If it was any other character, it wouldn't really be a big deal, but the fact that it's Mario is why it might be a problem. As the main character, he's probably going to be in the movie for a big chunk of it, and so if someone has issues with him, they'll have issues with the whole movie. That said, we'd wait until more footage is released before writing off either Pratt's voice or Mario's butt. That's a wrap for this video. What are your thoughts on Chris Pratt's take on Mario and the whole controversy surrounding the characters behind? Comment below, give this video a thumbs up, and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.